guys who have never played college football before. So, what are we going to see from these guys in their first year in this, weird kind of just unusual season?
I mean, one of the guys that stands out right now from the pressers we've heard is Shaw Smith, being a freshman and making plays like that on the defensive end, which out of any end of the ball that we need plays on, it would probably be defense out of anything. So the fact that we have a true freshman coming out here and getting an interception during one of the scrimmages, which again, we have a month and some change to prepare for this Oregon State game, and a true freshman's coming in right now and performing this well under a new scheme. Whether we had Wyoming's coaches or last year's coaches, Shaw was going to come in here and have a new coaching staff regardless. And the fact that he's coming in here with a shortened amount of time, that says a lot to me. I mean, Rollo scouted Shaw not Rollo, the defensive coaching staff at Wyoming scouted Shaw last year when they were still with Wyoming. He committed to Wyoming, decommitted, and went to Wazoo. So there's some familiarity there, similar with Jaden DeLaura. Some familiarity with some of these players and recognizing the system. Like those bits and pieces are going to help to get this defense back to where it needs to be. But Shaw Smith excites me, honestly. If there can be a big playmaker like that on the field, and I've seen some of his highlights, he can get a little. He has a little Jamal Adams attitude to him, a little Richard Sherman attitude to him. As long as that doesn't lead to unsportsmanlike conduct, if that's what it takes to get this defense up and rolling and get some adrenaline pumping to get some plays going, then I'm all for it. Shaw Smith looks like he's really improved. It looks like he's really showing out to this team.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think Shaw Smith is really showing out. And then another guy that's been mentioned, I think almost every day now, is Joey Hobart, freshman wide receiver. And the wide receiver position isn't, as open as, the defense, the secondary, the D-line, where there's some big opportunities for guys to come in and make plays. But, I mean, there's reps to be had at that receiver position, especially, on the outside. So I think a guy like him, Donovan Ollie is another name that's been mentioned. He's a redshirt freshman, so not a true freshman like the other two. But those guys have the chance to come in and just make their mark. Everybody's making a big deal of, using this as – Rolovich has said he's not going to, just use this completely to rebuild. But, you got to think that guys are going to get some reps that they wouldn't normally see, whether it's because they haven't had a full training camp to really figure out who they have, or just because, eligibility isn't burned this year. Everybody can come back. So, we're going to see some guys get these reps. Obviously, Jaden DeLaura, who we've mentioned in other segments, if he's able to be the starting quarterback, that's a true freshman right there. Gunnar Cruz is a redshirt freshman. We're going to see a young guy there. And then, another thing that I think really goes, kind of under the radar is, I mean, these guys, special teams is going to be open for these guys. It's not the most glorious, place to play, but I mean, you can make your name on special teams. There's some guys that I can remember. I mean, Tyrese Ross, who's a guy who's competing for safety right now. He's made some huge hits on special teams when he was a young guy. Travion Brown, who I brought up a couple weeks ago as just a guy that I love to watch play. I first saw him, make plays on special teams. So, and without having to worry about, oh, this guy can't play because he's redshirting, we're going to see these guys get chances to make plays. And, in a short season, you can make one play and you can, earn yourself a lot of playing time going forward. So, am I expecting these freshmen to start straight away? Not necessarily. I think it's hard to earn that job in 1 month.
Shaw Smith might shock us, though.
Yeah,
I think,
exactly.
I think he might be the best chance, yeah.
No, yeah, I think there's definitely going to be some that start, but even if they don't start, I think they're going to play. I think they're going to get, some playing time on the field. I think they're going to get the opportunity to, to have Cougar fans learn their names. So I think, Shaw Smith and Joey Hobart are two names now. Have them ready for when this team steps on the field. But you're also going to see some other guys, that we haven't heard of make an impact. That's all we have for this week. I want to thank you for tuning in.